Just like, Izzy, we lost an investor because they said I wasn't a cat person.
We can't work with them.
That's it. We're giving money back.
Goodbye.
Welcome back to Indie Spunk Unfiltered. I'm Izzy.
And I'm Beck.
Hi. We
Welcome.
are so... It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
Tuesday the podcast comes out, and Tuesday we record the next episode of the podcast.
Yeah, Tuesday is truly our podcast day.
Yeah.
It's very sacred.
Sacred
We take it
podcast
very
day.
seriously.
Very serious. Except for the other couple hours where we have production meetings.
Right. Right. Tuesday's production
That's also
meeting.
very serious.
It's very serious. Take meetings on Tuesday.
We do.
Tuesdays are busy.
Tuesdays are always really busy this year so far.
Yeah.
Only in the end of January, but it's like,
Yeah.
it's definitely been...
I can't believe it's the 27th.
I can.
I guess when this is coming out, it's going to be February.
Oh my cannoli potatoes.
Oh my. It's like you started to be shocked, then you're like, nah.
Seen it all.
Just another February.
Just another day. I know. And you've been sick,
Yeah, I've been
but you're
sick.
better now.
Yeah.
She's got her Phoebe sticky shoe.
Sticky shoes. Sticky shoe. When she's like grabbing
my
the tissues
goodness.
from everybody when they see
Yeah.
us. So funny.
Give me back my coal.
I love that. I also think of the episode where, is it the same episode where Monica's sick?
Oh no, that's a different
Is
episode.
it and she's like trying
She's
to
like,
get.
I'm fine.
I'm fine.
You're not fine if you had a D on the end. Yes.
I mean, that was me last week. Still a little bit is me.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, I've been sick, but pushing through. Today is like the first day actually that I feel like my body's 100%,
Good.
or like my mind, and then my body's like 90%. So it's great.
You're back to it.
Yeah, feeling very springy today. If you're watching on
Yes.
YouTube, very colorful,
Colors.
which is kind of rare for me, honestly.
Yeah, I don't see you a lot in pastels.
Usually we're flip flops.
Actually, we had completely flip-flopped.
yeah, usually I'm the one in like
Brown
browns
and
and
blacks.
blacks, and then you're the pastels.
Yes, I'm always in blue
Yeah.
or red.
It's a new year.
Well, also, I feel like you dressed for the room because
I did.
you've got the blue and yellow. It really
I did,
fits
yeah.
the vibe.
Well, last week you were in yellow, and I thought you looked so fabulous against the wall. I was
thanks.
like, well,
Yellow it is.
I have
yeah,
one
yellow
yellow
really
sweater,
works.
so
Looks great. I really want to go and do a color analysis.
I do too.
I feel like I've done it, like I figured it out, but I'm
Yes.
sure I'll still be surprised.
Right. Well, yeah, I've done like the AI one,
Okay.
or like the online one,
Right.
Where it's
Did
like
you upload your picture?
you, like-
I don't want to
yeah.
upload my picture to any AI site, so I
I
haven't
like-
been. I'm just like I'm trying to do it, like describing my
Yeah.
skin tone and my eye
Yes.
color and like cool hair, but it doesn't really work.
Well, yeah, it doesn't work with the picture either.
Oh, really?
So what I went to was then I tried to find celebrities who have similar coloring to me.
Okay.
And
yeah,
people have
that's-
done
yes,
their
that's a
color
great idea.
analysis like ad nauseum on TikTok and
Right.
Reels and stuff. So I try and find those, but like it's still not. I mean, I think I have the basics
Mhm.
down, but I would like the specific.
Yep.
Like what am I, like a warm autumn?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm a
cool-
cool spring or warm or summer. I don't know.
Yeah.
I actually don't know.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
kind of can tell when a color doesn't look good on me. So
Yes. Yeah.
yeah,
I agree.
I do know that like brown's better than black for me.
Yes,
so
me
I stopped
too.
myself. I'm not allowed to buy any more black
Yeah.
stuff. I think I just bought a black. I've Rex too early for Rex, but
Too early for Rex.
I found an amazing black leather jacket at Goodwill, for, like less than $20. And the woman checking out was like, "Oh, this is great." I was like, "I know," and real leather. And she was like, "Oh, really?" I think like realizing it was priced incorrectly, which is insane to me because Goodwill prices in California.
Oh, it's crazy.
Although I wouldn't kick myself for saying this in Australia because what we have access to here is amazing stuff in comparison to what you would get at a Red Cross or a St. Vinny's in Australia, which are our sort of thrift stores, like similar thrift stores. But still, some of the Goodwills are very priced highly.
Yeah, Goodwill is priced. I prefer Salvation Army, actually.
Yeah, I think so too. And actually some really awesome thrift stores in Altadena and Pasadena that I've been going to.
You've been finding some good ones.
Amazing stuff.
Yeah. We went to a great one in Boston. Well, it was in Cambridge when we were in Boston. in August.
Oh, I loved that place.
Yeah, that was a great
Yeah,
one.
that was awesome.
Yeah.
That was right next to Harvard.
In Harvard Square.
Rubbed the toe. We rubbed the toe.
We did, for good luck.
For good luck.
John Harvard.
Yep. Waiting for that luck to come any day.
Come on, John.
No, just kidding. We're lucky. We're really lucky.
We're very, very lucky. But it's so good to see you.
It's always good to see you.
And we actually we haven't seen each other since last week.
It's only been like 3 days.
Did we see each other on Thursday? No, because I was sick. Right?
Has it been a week?
I think it's been a full week, which is very
insane to me.
of. Yeah. Especially after a couple weeks where we were seeing each other like every other day.
Every other day, yeah. Which isn't quite impossible considering our vast distance.
Yeah, we're basically
like an hour away from each other,
really
but we see each other
far.
all the time.
Although today's drive was 30 minutes, so
oh, nice.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah, you were running early.
Yeah, so I don't know.
You have to watch for Beck. She runs early. She's
do.
not a typical LA. She's not like, I'm 5 minutes late, which is,
I know,
typical.
I'm like, I'm 5 minutes early, or
yeah, you're
10 or
you're as
15.
early. I'm always like, I have to be ready early because I remember the first time you and your husband John came over for dinner, and I always count on people being late when I'm throwing a dinner party or hosting because I usually need an extra 10 minutes at least to just be like, okay, now I'm fully ready. And you guys were running like 20 minutes early or something. And you're like, no problem, we'll circle the block. I'm like, that's ridiculous. You can come over, but we're in chaos.
But I honestly find that so fun.
Yes.
Like, I'd rather arrive somewhere, especially if it's like a dinner party. I'd rather, and like same goes for like when I host, I'd rather people get there when we're still kind of like moving around and getting things set up because I think that's kind of fun. I don't know.
Yeah, it is fun, but I think that day was that was a particularly stressful.
That was really, 20 minutes is really early.
It was really early.
That was rude of us. It was not good.
It's okay. We just gave my default is just to give people jobs.
Yeah,
so I'm like,
no,
okay, you make the drinks. Like, here is everything. Yeah. You basically brought the ingredients for the martini.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, any time I go anywhere, I just assume that it's going to take an hour.
Yeah.
And usually I'm early.
Yeah.
And I sometimes like to sit in my car for a little while, kind of decompress, see what happened over the course of my drive on my phone. Usually not a lot.
It's just so in demand that 1 hour. People are like, Beck.
I know.
I mean, that's not a lie. That's kind of sometimes what happens.
Yeah, it is. Sometimes I arrive here and I'm like, oh, she's texted me 3 times.
Guilty.
But it's fine. I think I learned being early though from growing up. My parents were always early. And then like living in Boston and New York too, like people generally tend to run early. Yeah. If you're not early,
my mom really like scared the being on time into me. And yeah, I'm type B. Like I still am like, oh no, I forgot this at home and this at home and this, like, I'm not as perfect as my mother. It's quite amazing at being very organized and on time. She's like, think of like a type A woman with a very type B daughter. She's like, I'm waiting in the car. The amount of times I'd be like, oh, she's in the car already. And I'd be like, oh my God, I've got to go. Yeah. But shout out Kate Oswald because you're a gem. Yeah. I love you so much.
She's a gem.
She is.
And it's good being in this industry because I feel like now, like if you arrive at a film set early, like you are right on time.
Yes, you have to be early. Yeah, you have to be early to set.
How's the industry? How do you
that's our topic today. Yes.
How do you feel like it's going? I mean, right now Sundance is happening as we speak. In Utah, it's the last year in Park City, and they're moving to Boulder, which is interesting. Like, I haven't really heard a lot of like last party in Park City vibe.
I guess we're not there, so maybe that's right. But I agree. I
feel like they're not making a big deal. Which is crazy because I just feel like Robert Redford like envisioned this film festival being there in Park City, and the fact that it's moving is just kind of sad and crazy to me. But so Sundance is happening. I feel like whenever there's a big festival like that, especially Sundance or South by or TIFF or Palm Springs or whatever, there's a lot of like oh, like, should I have been there? Should I have gone? Am I missing out on something? Like, a lot of FOMO happens amongst our peers.
I've been seeing that show up on my social media feed. People being like, I'm so sad I'm not there. I have FOMO. I don't have an inch of FOMO.
No.
I enjoyed going last year so much. Got so much out of it, but I don't know. What's the point of FOMO?
Right.
I'm like over. Nah, get out.
Want to miss out. What's that called?
Yeah, like, JOMO, joy of missing out.
Joy of missing out. Yeah, I have that.
I love JOMO. Me too.
Yeah.
I do agree. I feel so happy and at peace to be warm in LA, not freezing my toots off in line. But I really see, because I think sometimes there's a great networking opportunity.
It is.
And going with a purpose is highly recommended. Not needing necessarily a film in the festival, but going with a purpose to the festival. But yeah, I have JOMO too.
Yeah.
Like waking up in my own bed. We just traveled so much last year for our film. Yeah. And
we're in the phase where we are getting so much stuff done here.
Yes.
On the ground.
Yeah.
So I feel like it would almost have been kind of a distraction.
Yeah, I agree.
If we would have gone to Sundance this year, because we did toy around with it for a minute.
We talked about it,
and then it didn't work out, and we've, we have a meeting with a great actor today,
and tomorrow.
Yep, we are. I mean, there's just so much to do here and so much to get done, and like none of that would have happened if we were traveling.
No, totally.
I mean, you have like expectations of working, but that never happens.
100%. But yeah, I think it's an interesting thing to think about, people feeling like they're missing out. You're not missing out. But go if you want to go. But we are talking about industry, the fate of the industry, what is to come. Our takes on that. We had a few questions come through over the past few weeks that were centered around this. So we're like, okay, let's do an episode.
I feel like whenever we've discussed this with anyone in the industry, they're kind of either taken aback at our stance or they agree.
100%.
We see them like lean in.
Yeah, they're like, wait,
or they're like,
tell us more about
you're
that.
Crazy.
You're crazy. Yeah,
I'm happy. And I know that the right people that we're talking to are the ones that lean in.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
The people that are like, no, you're crazy. I'm like, I don't want to work with you.
When we were getting ready to record before you got here, I was thinking about this topic that we're discussing, and I was thinking everyone's going to realize how delulu I am, like truly the extent of my delusion in this episode.
Yeah, some would say it's a delusional take, but I say it's what we've got.
Them's just the facts. I think that if you're not delusional, what are you doing?
Right.
I think all greatness comes from delusion.
This
in some way
was built on delusion and continues to be built on delusion.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So should we get into questions?
Yes, let's get into questions.
Do you want to read the first one?
I'm a filmmaker. Wow. That was so Australian of me. I'm a filmmaker. Genuinely believes. Okay. I'm a filmmaker who genuinely loves what I do, but every headline these days feels so bleak. Are we just going after something that won't even exist in 5 years? I want to be hopeful, but I wonder if it's actually delusional. Thoughts and prayers to us all. Thoughts and prayers to us all.
Yeah, lots of prayers. I mean, I think this is definitely gonna be here in 5 years, for many years to come. I think as human beings, we need the art as an escape. We need this industry, especially with everything that's going on in the world right now. We need a place to be able to escape to. We need a place to go and feel good, to be able to feel our emotions as well, good or bad. And I think film and TV really provide that for humans in general. And I think, I mean, yes, the headlines feel really bleak, but there is also a lot of work being done. And I think we go to these networking events and we really see that everybody we're talking to is like, oh, I've got this project going on and I've got this thing filming and I've got this thing in post and this thing is coming out soon. And you just really see that there is a lot going on. And I think you kind of just have to acknowledge that those headlines are there, but just keep moving, keep going. Like kind of not drown them out, but don't give them too much weight.
I completely agree. Headlines are there to grab your attention. The headlines, we could talk about print and journalism media and news media that is also suffering. Their whole business relies on your attention. So they are reporting news that is going to grab your attention and make you feel concerned and make you lean in and make you want to understand what they're saying. So you have to always take everything with a grain of salt. Obviously, there is truth to the fact that the industry is shifting, but we're in an evolution and things have always evolved. I think Tarantino said this, and he was very pointedly expressive in a way that I'm going to totally butcher and paraphrase, but I agree with him, which is that if you actually look at the film history that we've gone through, we had this like pretty shite decade in the 80s where films weren't great. The industry wasn't indie friendly. It was like a dark, barren of a wasteland in the film industry, and especially for artists. And then the 90s came and there was this incredible renaissance for indie film. And not that I think we're going to have that exact pattern. It's going to look different because we have new technology and we have new ways of doing things. But the point is that things will always evolve. There's always going to be a next. Stories have existed since we were Neanderthals and, you know, bashing tools into walls to show a picture of someone doing a poop.
Exactly.
To warn of not sitting on a plant.
Right.
You know? Right. Yeah, get your history lessons here.
You know it all.
Definitely do not. But the thing is that like stories are everlasting. Stories aren't going anywhere. The format might change, the way that the, you know, story gets told and how it gets told and who the audience is and where that audience finds that story. All of that is changing and evolving, and quite rapidly. And I think that's what's scary for people, is that it is evolving faster than it ever has. But hold on tight, my friends. Hold so tight and ride this out and grow with it and adapt. As an indie film lover, as a lover of traditional horizontal format films and television, yes, that is a tough pill to swallow, knowing that there's like more vertical stuff happening and like AI is coming in. But do you know what? I trust our unions. I trust our collaborators, our artist friends, our people. I trust in aspects of the industry. I trust in myself. I trust in you. Like, I'm not going anywhere. And they, you know, we just get to figure out how this is going to look and how this is going to adapt. And your optimism is actually the thing that holds you in this space and keeps you moving. I said this, did we talk about this last week, or were we talking about this together when we were hanging out, that like the second that I become jaded it is an indicator for me to leave or come back to the ground, like get grounded again. I don't have the space for that. Like, I'm an eternal optimist, and I truly believe that artists will always prevail. Art is so important and it's not going anywhere. And so, you know, fuck the headlines and keep moving and grooving your way, because a lot of that is just trying to attention grab. And yeah.
Okay, second question. I'm probably considered a mid-career writer-director, have credits people recognize, and still I'm struggling to get my film project off the ground right now. You talk about getting your film through production this year. How are you operating in this backwards industry right now? I am so frustrated and wondering if it's a lost cause to be pursuing this anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry that you feel that way. And I think that that makes a lot of sense, being in that mid-career, as you said, because you've experienced when it was good, potentially, right? Like you've likely experienced, you know, a bit of a boom or a bit of a in momentum industry that's like happening and going, and shit's getting greenlit and projects are being sold and things, whatever. So it's hard to see it as it is right now. But same thing that I was saying, like these things go in cycles. And I think our job as artists is figuring out how to adapt and to make life sustainable for ourselves to continue to be able to make work, which is tough.
It is tough, yeah. And I think the thing that is going to set you apart and be able to get you to where you want to be and get your project off the ground is the optimism. People want to work with optimistic people. They want to know that you do see a future. If you have a meeting with someone and you're trying to sell your film and you're just lamenting on how shit the industry is right now, I don't think that person is going to want to work with you. I wouldn't want to work with that person.
No, totally.
So I think it's maintaining that optimism and thinking about how this is an opportunity to get really creative with how you make stuff.
Yeah.
And putting yourself at the forefront of, you know, new ideas and innovation and, you know, learning about the things that are shifting and changing and learning about how distribution especially is changing and selling films and selling TV shows and just all of that and how that's operating, getting really smart on how that's all happening. And our journey is going to look different from yours, but I think each time we've made progress, it's just getting really simple and putting one foot in front of the other, still going, maintaining that optimism and saying, you know, acknowledging all of the stuff, the reality of what's going on, but also saying we're going to do it no matter what. We're gonna make this happen and use your credits to your advantage.
I agree. You know, you're saying that you're having difficulty getting your project off the ground. So in that situation, the difficulty, I think, for this person is that they have been functioning in the industry for a while and they're at that mid-career level, which means you're used to things working a certain way. You're used to doing things a certain way. You're used to certain potentially financial tier of project. This is really where adapting needs to happen, because if you can't get it off the ground as is, can you shift the scale? Can you, you know, change the way that you're approaching this work to be more friendly to the current market, to be more friendly to what the market is looking for or what's working right now in terms of genre? Or can you scale it back so that you don't need as many resources? Like the thing is that I think there's an idea as you move through your career that every project needs to be bigger. And I don't actually agree with that. No. I think that it's not about every project being bigger. I think it's about being innovative and scaling to the right project at the right time. So where, you know, you might have done and of course I have no idea, but say you've done, you know, a big like $50, $100 million studio film and you're looking to do that again, but people aren't responding in the same way. Okay, can you make this a, you know, $1 million indie? Can you scale it back? Can you see, you know, this is really at the level of where people need to start adapting. Because yes, the industry isn't working the same way, but that's also where you have an opportunity to move with it versus resist and feel like I'm being left behind or people don't care about me as much. It's not that they don't care about you. It's not that you're not talented. It's not that you're not amazing. You already know that. You've been working in this industry. You've been working and getting projects greenlit, right? So it's like really about that. How can I actually adapt right now? How can I not think with my ego, which is tough when I was just having this conversation about representation before we started recording, where I was like, I'm in the market for a new manager right now. And and I was like, to my partner, like, hook me up with a meeting with your manager. I'm going to be taking some meetings with some different managers. And he's like, why would you want to meet with her? She's not really going to get you, you know, the kinds of opportunities that you want. Maybe it could be a fit. Maybe, like, I just wanted to let you know you might not be going, because I've been a series regular multiple times. And he's like, you know, if you want those real series regular opportunities, like maybe we want to look at other people. And I'm like, well, first of all, who knows if she can get me those opportunities or not? But secondly, I don't have ego about that. I don't care. I want the right fit. You know, I've had the fancy rep. I've had the, you know, opportunities in the past where, you know, the industry was in a different place. And, you know, I'm definitely in a place now where it's really about the chemistry. That's what I'm more interested in. And then it's about the person that wants to fight for you. So I don't care, like, you know, I don't have ego to go out for co-star guest stars as an actor. I'm so open, and I love being on set, and I love meeting people, and I love collaborating. So it's not a big deal to me to be a series regular multiple times and leads in films and then go and do a co-star guest star. Like, I'll do whatever. I don't have ego about that. And I think that's the same approach that we always need to have with film. I think it really helps us to be in that frame of mind and not think too much about, well, I'm at this level, and so things, because I think that's where you actually creatively go to die.
Yeah.
I'm at this level, I can't go below it. Fuck that.
Yeah, I agree. I think Paul Thomas Anderson is a really good example of this because he does a lot of music videos and a lot of short form content outside of his big movies. And it just shows that, like,
it's like about being a creative artist.
Right. It's about the art and being on set and doing the work. And it doesn't always have to be this big, flashy, like, one battle after another film in the theaters. Like, it can be those smaller projects. And I just think having that mindset of, like, everything, like, it's the same thing with actors. Like, there's no small parts, just small actors. It's like there's no small projects, just small filmmakers.
100%. Yeah.
So keep that in mind, and if you have to shift, you have to shift.
Yeah.
And
adapt.
Yeah. 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 It's all about just, if you want to stay in it, stay in it.
Yeah.
And that's the way to do it.
I agree. Boom. Okay. I just graduated. Okay, let me see. It was risky reading it like that.
It was.
Before, because I'm not wearing my glasses. So I was like, can she do it? And you know what? She did do it. Also, last week I noticed that the laptop was so... Oh, oh my God.
You're too okay.
I'm keeping that in.
This is real.
This is real life. Man. Yeah, it was so dirty. And because I had just put sunblock on my hands before I touched the computer. And then there was all these handprints and I was watching it when I was editing. It's like, God, that's annoying. I just graduated film school, and everyone I've been connecting with that's worked in the industry seems exhausted, jaded, or seems to be thinking about leaving. I want to believe there's a future for filmmakers like me, but it's hard to stay motivated when the people ahead of me look defeated. What are your thoughts? How do you find mentors that are motivating and positive?
This is a great question because we have a mentor who's motivated and positive who we work with. Yeah, here's the thing. I've been in other industries, and there are going to be people in your industry who have been in the industry for 10, 15, 20 years who are going to be jaded, and they're going to be grumpy, and they're going to have thoughts about how their job has evolved and how the work has evolved and how the industry as a whole has evolved. So this isn't unique to the film industry. I think you have to obviously find the mentors who are, looking at it from a positive perspective, but you also have to, I think it goes back to, like, maintaining that optimism within yourself. If this is something that you really want to pursue, like, you have to be able to look past what other people are thinking and feeling. You have to kind of generate that yourself. If there's any other career that you think is going to be more fulfilling for you, like, go do that, because this is really hard. And I feel like I'm not getting emotional about this, but I'm like getting choked up with my coffee.
It's very emotional. Well, also I feel like I just figured I could take some of the heat off of you. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Poor thing, like, I'm dying. Well, I am a positive mentor.
Yes.
And I will say that being in the right environment is really, really important. And I think that is how so many filmmakers have come to me from film school and been like, okay, I've got this technical ability, but I don't know what the fuck I'm doing to build a career. And having these meetings with people and being like, oh, everyone's really far advanced, but they also look disappointed about their careers and disappointed about how things are going for them. Honestly, get yourself into a space, a consistent environment, a consistent group like Filmmaker Breakthrough or whatever you have in your vicinity, right? Like, find that space and invest in that space, because that's how clients of mine have gone from like, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know how to build this career, to literally becoming award-winning filmmakers, because we're not listening to people that are like, it's really hard, you shouldn't do it, it's really fucking hard, no. It's like, we bring people in, not only me and you, that, you know, we're working in the industry, we're making films, we're making it work and like thriving and excited and positive, but also bringing people in that from the industry to discuss with the groups that like have that same mentality. Trust me, there are so many people out there that are happy and excited, and like, yes, there's going to be stressful points, and I totally agree with you. If you feel in your heart and soul that you're actually wanting to do anything else, like, it's really easy to approach coming into the film industry because of something maybe that your ego has told you. Like, it would be really fun and cool, and you know, I love the film industry, the look of it all. And then you get in and you're like, wait, this isn't actually what I thought it was going to be. It's actually a lot of hard work. It's not glitzy and glamorous. It's dirty, and you're outside and you're in the sun and you're sweating and you're 10 hours late, and that actor's just canceled, and you've got your $500,000 in debt on the project because an investor pulled out, blah, 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 and you've got to be smiling and make it work. And like, that's the way indie film goes sometimes. Your attitude is so important. You know, I've definitely worked with people that I think are so incredibly talented that I won't work with again because of their attitude. And that sucks, because that's a waste. It's a waste of someone's potential and talent, and maybe they'll go find their other people, and that's great. But like, your attitude and how you approach the work really, really matters. And I say this all the time, like, I would much prefer to work with someone who has a little bit less experience, but has a go-get-em, can-do attitude, and isn't afraid to roll up their sleeves and get a little dirty and get a little nasty and make shit happen, than the person who's like, I've done this, 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 and this, but I won't touch that with a 10-foot pole. It's like, fuck. Yeah. We want people that are excited to be here. So, you know, it's probably just a small sample of people that you've met with and that are having a hard time right now. And I completely get that, because it is, a lot of people are leaving the industry, and I do not discount that people are fucking struggling, especially in the traditional ways that the industry has worked in the past, with the strikes and the pandemic and like all the things and the changes in AI and blah, 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 blah. Like, there's like, it's like a big flushing toilet right now, and you got to hold on to that basin for dear life so that you don't get drowned. And I think how many metaphors can I mic drop? Metaphor.
Love it. I think because you're asking the question too, it sounds like you do really want to find that. And it's out there. It's definitely out there. I think film school is great. I think it really gets you the knowledge and the foundations that you need, but the community is really, once you get into the industry, you find that space like Indie Spunk or like another group, and you really get around people who are like-minded and, you know, have the same vision as you.
And then just get to work. Instead of thinking, oh, it's so hard, it's so hard. What a total distraction. That is just your brain being addicted to you. And it is distracting. If it's distracting you from actually doing the work, from sitting down and being like, I allow myself to invest time in writing the script and pitching the script and trying and going out and getting funding, doing a crowdfund campaign, blah, blah, blah. It's like, if all you're thinking about is how hard it is and how everyone else is struggling, of course you're going to have a hard time getting work up. So being in an environment where you are excited to move forward, feeling that sense of accountability, feeling that sense of community, working with people that are like-minded, being cheered on by that community, like, that is so important. The inner workings of your mind has everything to do with the success that you experience.
Yeah, energies match energies. Yeah, it's like magnets.
It is.
Yeah,
I love that. You're up.
Okay.
Next question.
4. How much of a social media presence do you guys think is important to be a filmmaker right now? I could put more effort into mine, and I can tell others are getting opportunities that way. It just seems like so much work. Is that the future of filmmaking?
Well, I know we talked about this last week. Like, we had a question like this last week about someone who didn't get a job because they thought they didn't have enough of a social media presence, and the person that did get the job did, even though they had less experience. So we've already answered this kind of a question in depth. But the thing about this is, we have to see it from a different angle.
Yeah.
We have so much more capacity to put ourselves out there than we ever have before. And we could see that as like, it's it's sometimes people like humans are hardwired to see things from the negative and ruminate negatively. And so, of course, there's going to be negative ruminations, and social media is definitely a place that is not always positive and not always great and not always feels good to be on. But we have to also see that we have an opportunity with it, that it's like democratizing our industry in a way where you do get to have control over, you know, how you put yourself out there, the narrative that you create, the way that people can see you and perceive you and hire you. And I think changing your mindset around it will just help so much with you wanting to actually put yourself out there for it. We're running businesses as filmmakers.
And it's a free tool at your disposal that you could potentially reach millions of people. I think having that I mean, I was listening to the Smartless episode this morning with Leanne Morgan, and she was doing stand-up for 20, 30 years, and she's had all of this success at 60, and it's all because her kids put her on social media.
Yeah.
They taped one of her sets and put it up, and the first video that, you know, she put up went viral, and she's found this amazing audience. She has a sitcom now. Like, so many things have happened.
She is so fucking funny.
Hilarious.
I love her so much.
And the fact that she said she knew that she wanted to be in show business since she was 10 years old. She knew that, you know, she was destined for it. And the fact that she just kept going. And at 60 years old, 50 years later from that little 10-year-old girl, she's finding the success and getting her flowers is just such a beacon of hope for me. And, you know, we're all on our own journeys and we're all on our own paths. And it was interesting. She was talking to the guys about, you know, her path and, you know, saying like, you know, it would have been great to be, you know, 32 years old and, you know, had this same thriving career, but that wasn't my path.
Yeah.
And that wasn't how it was meant to be. I was meant to do all of these other things, and I have all of this wisdom now, and I have these stories to tell because I've been, you know, putting in the work to my craft and practicing. You know, she was still doing stand-up multiple times a week through that time, even though she wasn't quote unquote famous. And now she gets to reap, you know, the benefits of people seeing her and acknowledging her talent. And it's just so, so cool. So yeah, I think social media can change your life. And obviously we don't want to, you know, expect that viral moment. Like that's not healthy to think about. Like, okay, this is the video that's going to change that's way too much pressure to put on yourself. But I think just showing up authentically, showing up as you are, showing up, you know, showing that you're doing the work and putting in the steps and, you know, putting in the reps. And the more you are on social media and put yourself out there in a way that feels good to you and you have boundaries around it, I think the more you're going to get comfortable with it and the more it's going to feel like, okay, this is a tool that is helping me succeed in my career.
Yeah, agree. Back before I started Indie Spunk, I was so this person. Like, I hate social media. I don't want to share myself. I would post and delete. I would get a lot of anxiety about what I was sharing, making the caption sound funny, effortless, cute, carefree. Like, I didn't care at all, but thinking about it, it was, you know, and for a lot of filmmakers do this as well, like only posting when there was something to celebrate, to success. Only posting something when it was a celebration or a success, but you know, really not being process oriented in my approach. And it was starting my business that I realized that was such a problem for me, because my business relied on me building a social media following and being able to talk to filmmakers and help them and support them. And it was so crippling, this anxiety that I had around social media, that I remember my very first business coach ran this, you know, competition thing where every month one person is going to be chosen to take over my social media for a weekend. And I applied and she was like, Izzy, I was actually very surprised that you wanted to do this, because I was that anxious. Wow. I was so anxious, which is night and day from the person that I am now 4 or 5 years later, where I'm very open on social media. I'm like happy to build in public. I'm happy to show my failings. I'm happy to, you know, be very bold about the things that I'm doing and sharing and the way that I work with filmmakers. And that has literally just been a process of me, you know, healing my fear of visibility. A lot of people are afraid of the judgment. A lot of people are afraid of putting themselves out there. I certainly was. And this feeling that there are going to be so many eyeballs on you. What are you going to say? How are you going to say it? The biggest psychological shift for me that I would go back and tell myself if I never even started my business was approach your brand like a business. Approach it like a business so good that you actually can disassociate that this is all about you. That's the thing that I think is stopping a lot of people from showing up and sharing, because you think it's all about you. But when you approach as a business, you're actually approaching from the mind, at least my ethos and my value system is, my business is for my community. My business is literally existing to serve people, to support people, to help people make better films, go from script to screen, pitch better, you know, be proud of their work and have confidence in the work that they're doing, know how to put it out there and circulate it in festivals. So it's like that shift from it's all about me to it's actually not about me, it's about you. That's the best thing that you can do to heal the fear that you have about putting yourself out there. Instead of thinking it's all navel-gazy and it's all about me, think like, how can what I'm putting out there actually support your community and help people feel at home somewhere, help people feel light at the end of the tunnel, help people feel that you're making stories for them, that your work exists for them. Like, find your people, find your audience, build a community by showing up online. That's the best thing that you can do. And it really can heal a lot of that fear and concern around putting yourself out there on social media. And if you don't want to do it, don't fucking do it.
Right. Yeah.
Live your life.
Yeah.
You get to do what you want.
Yeah.
So I just I don't prescribe to anything. I'm super glad that I healed my wound of visibility and fear of visibility, because what a joy it is to get to interact with people that I love that way, and feel connected. But at the end of the day, like, fuck it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, just don't worry about it if you don't want to do it.
Right. Yeah. Who gives a shit?
Who gives?
Yeah. I like to think about it, and this is what I tell clients that I work with on a branding level, is as freelancers or as filmmakers, we don't have an office that we're going into every day. But if you were to have that, and I had that for many, many years, you go into an office and you show up as this version of yourself.
Yes.
Right? You show up as the work version of yourself. And the way you speak to people is, you know, the way that you want to be seen as a professional. And so social media isn't about giving everything. Like, you wouldn't walk into work and say, you know, like, vomit all of the things happening in your personal life, right? Yeah. So you don't have to do that on social media.
No, that's not about sharing everything.
No, it's about sharing strategically how you want to show up. Like, think of it as your office space, about walking in. How do I want to show up?
You're still going to have authentic conversations, but you might not tell them, you know, I slept with 12 people on the weekend.
Right. You're still going to establish really nice. Right. Slept with 12 people.
12 people.
Casual.
My CEO loved hearing all about it.
Like, you're still going to develop relationships with people that are real and honest in the workplace. Like, I have, you know, great relationships with people that I worked with, but they don't need to know every single aspect of your life. So don't feel like you have to share everything, set boundaries around it, show up how you want to be seen professionally. And, you know, not everyone's thinking about you all the time, but when they are looking for you online, it's going to really
hit home.
It's going to set you apart and it's going to, hit home, and you're going to be able to really get a nice picture of who you are.
I literally had a client that had this exact feeling, and I was like, we coached through it and worked through it, and they were putting themselves out there more as a director, and they had so many people messaging them being like, thank you so much for what you've been saying and how you've been putting yourself out there. I love this space. I'm really excited to see more work of yours. It's like, show up with that sense of community, support, and just like, let it be. Yeah. Let it be. And do the work, because it gets to be really fun. I have so much fun with it now, and it used to literally cripple me with anxiety. Yeah. Is it my go or your go?
Yeah, yours, I think.
It's mine?
Is it? Yeah.
I think so, yeah. Okay, this is the last one. Am I naive to hope the industry will become more accessible and less gatekeepy? Wondering what your take is on coming back from the shit show that has been the last few years in the industry. Good question. No, you're not naive.
No.
No. I don't think so at all.
I think that there will always be a level of gatekeepiness in this industry.
People get very afraid that they're now in a position and that no one should come in between them because we've fought so hard to get there.
Right. And we've we've experienced that with people who are lovely people but feel as if because they went through it, everybody has to go through it.
Yeah.
So I think there's always going to be those people, but I think you have the opportunity to not be that person. So if you want to see that change of accessibility, and I mean, it's the main reason why we do this podcast and why we show up online and why we talk about making our film is because we want it to be more accessible and we don't want to gatekeep what's really happening. So I think the state of this industry, because we are in this period of upheaval and change and not knowing what's going to happen, this is our time to say no. To say, we want to make this more accessible. We want to talk about things more openly. We want to discuss what we're working on, what we're going through, the things that maybe the uphill battles that we're going through. We don't want to just keep that to ourselves. We want to share that and see maybe somebody else has gone through it and they have some advice for us and vice versa.
Yeah. I love what you're saying so much because we are the industry. You are the industry.
You are the industry. Yeah.
So you want it to be more accessible and less gatekeepy. How can you be more accessible and less gatekeepy? How can you actually lead that charge? We have so much more power than we think in terms of setting the standard and setting the next evolution and iteration of the industry.
It's not going to come from us like banging down the door and being like, let us in. It's going to come from us saying, we're open. So let's all be open. Let's invite that openness.
The energy, you will attract what you put out. 100%. I agree. I feel that. Like I see that every day. Yeah. What your take is on coming back from the shit show. My take on can she speak the words? Wondering what your take is on coming back from the shit show that has been the last few years in the industry. And I'm going to play with your words. My take on coming back from the shit show that was the last few years is that there is no coming back. Right. There is moving forward. And there will never be heading back to whatever was before.
Nope.
We can all miss it. We can all wish it was better. We can maybe wish it would never come back. Some people would have the opposite feeling of like, oh, I hated how it was and now I like blah, 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 blah. It's like, this is exactly what we've been saying in this episode, which is evolve, adapt. Where can you actually see? I've been thinking about this more and more lately. There are things that now that I've lived some time, so much time, there are things that I could think, oh, if only I did that back then, right? Which is a rare thought, but like something like in The Big Short where they talk about water being the guy, the investor, one of the like top investor, people are gonna fact check me. That what's his name that talked about like water is going to be the most valuable investment to make now because it's going to be something like that's going to become the hot resource to invest in essentially. And what if we had bought stock in the water companies, right, 10 years ago, or bought stock in Apple 20 years ago. Like you can think and dream about those things, but the truth is like, doesn't matter, not going back.
Right.
So how can you actually have that kind of thinking now and think, okay, well, if this is where we are right now, where do I actually think that we're going to be in the future? That's the fun part about, being a little risky and thinking about, I don't know where things are going to go. Who knows? Obviously verticals are really a thing right now. Will they stay? Will they not stay? Who knows? It's like making the path forward be an exciting adventure that you get to adapt to and evolve with and, play with versus looking behind you at the days that have gone by. It's fun to be nostalgic sometimes, but it's not productive and it doesn't give you anything to play with. And I think that we're here to play. It's a game and we get to have fun with it. I always like to think like I'm playing a video game.
Totally. Well, and we tend to romanticize the nostalgic things and romanticize the past. And I mean, if you look back, like 90s and 2000s, there were so many issues with the industry then too.
Yeah.
I don't want to go back to that. I don't want to go back to a time where like,
no,
you know, women, we didn't even see female directors during award season, you know, like I don't want to go back to that. I want to continue moving forward and build, like we've said so many times in this episode, just build what we can now with the resources that we have and innovate, change, adapt. Just keep looking forward.
I love it. Yeah. Do you have a rec?
No, you go first.
Did I say? I said a rec.
Oh yeah, you did.
What did I say?
What did you say?
Wow, can't remember. That was like an hour ago.
An hour ago. So long ago.
We really should prepare our recs.
We really should.
But I will say that the thing that I've been thinking about so I'm on this sardines trend.
Love.
And yesterday, David said to me, "Gosh, you look so young and glowing and beautiful." I was like, "Is it the sardines?"
It's the sardines.
Eat your skin food. Eat your skin care.
Eat your skin food.
Yeah, that's the catchphrase.
Eat your skin food.
Ew. Eat your skincare. Yeah, sardines. And so I've been,
I love sardines.
It's incredible. Costco, I got a bunch of them on sale.
Mm-hmm.
I take one can and I mash them all up with mustard, like a teaspoon of yogurt, lemon juice, and green onions, and I mix it all together, and then I put it on a piece of toast with roasted pumpkin underneath it. And my God, every day I eat it, I'm like, I'm a queen.
Yum.
I am a queen, and I'm eating glowing skin, and those omegas are just gonna love me up.
Wow, I'm gonna make that tomorrow. That sounds so good.
Mm-hmm.
I love sardines, love anchovies.
Best lunch, and I've been having them almost every day.
So good.
Yeah,
that's a great rec. My rec would be reading. Just in general, reading.
Read more.
I've been reading so many books. Like I've been reading one book a week, and I've just been loving it. I feel like
a book a week. You are amazing.
I just feel like I'm able to tap into a part of my brain that social media and like the internet and digital stuff takes away, you know? And I'm not being very articulate about it now. But I rotate between nonfiction and fiction. So last week I read like a thriller horror genre book. And this week I'm going to dive into a fiction, right? No, nonfiction book.
Nonfiction.
Let's get those two confused. A nonfiction book. I think I'm going to read Gene Wilder's kind of biography, which is nonfiction, right?
Yeah, that's nonfiction.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, I sound really
You're nailing it.
not smart right now.
For how much you read?
It's the congestion. So yeah, I would just say, I'm gonna cut that out. My rec is going to be.
I'm keeping it all, babes. Do your ick.
My ick this week. Do you have?
I was gonna say my ick is sideways to my rec, which is when I actually mash up the sardines. I am like, it's because it's kind of like, because you don't. This is truly ick, and like I hope this doesn't turn you off from trying it because it's truly delicious what I just described to you. But it's actually so healthy for you to have the whole sardine,
right?
And including the like spine of it,
right? The little,
right,
it's like
which
bone,
is,
but like
it's not. It's like
it's not.
It's not quite, and it's got a lot of collagen and it's got a lot of the nutrients in it, but it looks really gross. So I'm like this.
What? My ick this week is people who are like, I'm a dog person, not a cat person.
Oh, what's
or
that
I'm
about?
A cat person. Like, okay,
can't we just be animal people? That's what
right?
I always say. Like,
they're
I
both
love
cute.
Why would
furry
you pick
animals?
It's wrong.
Like the people that are like, oh, I could never have a cat. I'm like,
so
why?
Wrong. So wrong.
I mean, I don't have cats, but that's because my husband's very allergic.
Yes.
If I could have a cat, I would have a cat.
Yes.
And like same opposite. Like, oh, I could never have a dog. Like, what? How can you be so
It's just wrong.
I don't want to be friends with any of those people. I just think you have an internal issue that you need to figure out if you're like.
That is such a good hot take.
I hate, like, it really, if somebody says it to me, I'm like,
goodbye.
No, I'm done with you. I'm done. Because why?
I completely agree with you.
Why?
Why?
It's so dumb.
No, it is dumb. They're all animals. They're all fabulous and important and gorgeous.
Like, you can have a preference. Like, oh, yeah, I just,
I prefer dogs.
I want a dog
instead
of
a... I know.
Sure.
I agree.
But to be like, dogs or like,
people are more likely to be like, cats. Let's be real.
Yeah, right. It's usually towards cats.
People have animosity towards cats.
And it's
but I have a big red flag with those people as well because it's like cats, you gotta respect them.
Right. Well, it's usually people who have never had a cat.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like, how do you even know?
I had a friend who was like, ew, like cats, they lick their own butthole.
So do dogs.
That's true. That's true. But cats have antimicrobial properties
so do
in
dogs.
Their
in
saliva.
Yeah.
And it is like self-cleaning. Their tongue is essentially like a bar of soap.
Right.
It's amazing.
Right.
I love animals.
Like, grow up.
Breck is animals. Just animals always.
Yeah, animals always. If, like, you didn't get enough love as a child or something, if you think this way. I don't know. Oh, and there's a cute little puppy outside.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's my egg.
I love it.
So if anyone's ever around me, don't ever say it.
Never. Now we know. Big red flag. Just like, Izzy, we lost an investor because they said I wasn't a cat person.
We can't work with them.
Like, that's it. We're giving money back.
Goodbye. Give us $1 million. Goodbye to $1 million.
Goodbye.
Listen.
It's a pretty cutthroat situation.
I did look past that, but
we'll see.
Yeah, hate it.
I love you.
I love you. Another episode down.
Down. See you on the next one. Thanks. Subscribe. Comment. Put a question in. We want to hear from you. We would love to hear what you're thinking about dealing with, going through, feeling, experiencing, guilty pleasures, secrets, all the things. Like, bring them. They're always anonymous. Every time you put that form, you fill that form out, it is anonymous. We don't know who you are. No. It doesn't record any of your information. And so fucking let it rip, baby.
Yeah. If you have more than one question,
post them in. Yeah. And give us updates if you've already put a question and we've answered it.
Yes. Yeah.
We would love to hear how you're doing. Mwah. See you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.